What up, everybody? It's your boy Avell did it back with another one. However you got here, whether you already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me and you checking me out for the first time. However you got here was meant for you to be here, so I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you can hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for the content. You did it? Cool. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that like button, that subscribe button, sharing the content. I truly appreciate it. So, to y'all, I like to say every time, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, who we got up? We got that boy Stephen A. Smith and his wife up right now. What? Yeah. So, if y'all wondering why I said that, is because none of us probably knew. I don't think none of us knew, but Stephen A. Smith is married. What? Yeah. And the lady you see right here is his wife. Now, not only is Stephen A. Smith married, I'm quite sure this lady is probably a few years younger than him, but I'm quite sure she's well off in her 50s. And guess what, y'all? She's pregnant. What? Yeah. Stephen A. Smith got a baby on the way. Now, you know what? Let me look it up right now before we get started. Let me see how old Stephen A. is. Let's see. Let's look it up right now. How old is Stephen A. Smith?
57 years old.
Woo! He 57. Okay, he 57. So his wife is around that age too. And she's pregnant right now. But I don't know if she's in her feelings because she's pregnant. But she got a bone to pick with Molly Qerim. What? Yeah. So let's get into what she got to say, and then we can voice our opinions afterwards. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Hey y'all, you ready for
Hey.
a little story time?
Yes.
You know that kid in school who's always like really quiet, and there's a bully that keeps on picking on him until everybody finally finds out that kid got them hands? I'm that kid that got them hands. So let's have a little story time about Molly on First Take. What? See, Molly came at me last night for the I don't know how many times from a fake account. And she was making fun of me. But she didn't know that I know who she is. And so I told her, like Stephen told her, to stop calling him SA.
You know what? I thought that was kind of weird too. Because I'm used to, I guess being from LA, when somebody be like SA, I'm used to that being like a Spanish term. Like when they gangbanging or something, they be like, "What's up, SA?" You know what I'm saying? But I just never understood, because I'm like, it don't even sound right for him, the name SA. It sounds weird to me. You know, I always wondered if he picked that name, or was that one of his nicknames, or is that just some name Molly gave him? So it must be something Molly thought of. Let's continue.
But she wouldn't listen. And I told her not to do it again, or I was going to air her out. And so she decided to get on First Take today to do it. So let me tell you a little bit about Molly and why she calls Stephen SA. Molly actually falsely accused Stephen of sexual harassment.
What? Wow. That's a big one right there. I didn't hear nothing about it, but I wouldn't doubt it because of the way she acts, you know, her demeanor on First Take. I wouldn't doubt that she would mention something like that, but it was always the rumor that Stephen A. and Molly were dating. Up until today, I thought that Stephen A. was smashing Molly. For real, I thought he was. So now we come to find out he has a wife. Her name is Nikita Smith. And I looked her up on her Twitter and everything. She got a bunch of videos with Stephen A. So this is really his real wife. And she's pregnant right now. and she does not like Molly. And I don't blame her because the rumor's been around that her and Stephen A was sleeping together. So I just assumed that's what it was. They never cleared nothing up, and we've never heard about him having a wife. We know he got kids, but we never heard about a wife. Let's continue.
This was after he rejected her advances because I guess she thought that he didn't really love me. What? Anyway, so let's go back about Molly. See, Molly was the one who actually planted the story about her and Stephen having an affair. When Stephen wanted to address it, his bosses told him not to. Molly blamed that on Jalen, her ex-husband.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that part. She did blame that on Jalen, saying that he's the one who started the rumor about, remember when she was married to, I can't think of Jalen's last name right now, but y'all know, the basketball player. Now, when she was married to him, it was the rumor. That's when the rumor had started that Stephen A and Molly were sleeping together. And that was the reason why they were getting a divorce. That was part of the reason. That's what the rumor was. I remember now. So his wife is saying that that didn't come from Jalen. That came from Molly. Wow. This is deep. What? Wow. Let's continue.
But it was really Molly. Molly was jealous because, see, Jalen told Molly not to move to Connecticut, but she didn't listen. And then she got mad at the results. So then she decided to go after Stephen A after she saw him coming up even more. Well, baby, she didn't know that Stephen A is all about Nikita. So anyway, she plants this story and she thought it was going to faze me, but it didn't, because the one thing I know about my man, he likes all the assets and she ain't got none. Anyway, so she let it play out. And so when it didn't come, I told Stephen at that moment, I said, you should nip this in the bud because she is going to claim you harassed her. And he said, no, my bosses told me not to. And there's another story about those bosses that actually are trying to sabotage Stephen A at ESPN, but I'll talk about that later. So today, Molly was the one who did it. She planted the story. She falsely accused Stephen. And apparently she didn't think I was about this life. But baby, I'm about this life.
Oh.
See, Stephen should have told you, not only am I a banking expert, I'm an IT expert. And on top of that, I was the EEO director at the FDIC. Now, you better come again before you come correct, before you come at me. Because I'd rather be growing my baby. But baby, I'll stop and take care of you.
Wow. Wow. So that's Stephen A. Smith's wife. I mean, how many people knew he was married? I never knew. I never even thought. It was never in my mind that Stephen A. Smith was married. All these years, I thought he was just a single guy with a couple kids and a nephew. You know what I'm saying? And he just been single all this time. That's why when the Molly thing came about, I wasn't even really tripping. I'm like, oh, well, I kind of was, because at the time her and Jalen were married. But his wife seemed like she want all the smoke with Molly. So now we gonna see if there's any response. I looked on her ex. This video has way over 100,000 views. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Molly come out and say anything. We'll see if Stephen A do. I doubt Stephen A do. He never say nothing about nothing, especially his personal life. So, but yeah, that's Stephen A. Smith's wife. So I want to know down below, how many people knew that Stephen A. Smith had a wife? And not only have a wife, she's pregnant right now. How many in shock just like I am? I want to know down below, all right? That's all the time I got for this topic. Please, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And y'all already know, I'm going to be back with some more reaction videos, some more news. So I'm definitely going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.